Hi, welcome everyone. This is the piece I did the wet grounding on yesterday, and I still haven't fired it. I want to get some of the details on it. What I did yesterday, for those of you who didn't see, see how these flowers are more pale? I enhanced and set them above by putting a little dark underneath them so they look like they're on top. I also did some pen work on there. Darkened the green just around the edge here and left the outside more pale. And I purposely haven't worked on the outside because I'm going to be needing to rest my hand on there to do the pen work on here. And so once I get the pen work done on the pink areas, I can come back and work on these guys to make them look like this. So I still have a lot of work to go, and if you want to watch me work some pen, you can keep me company. There is no real pattern here. I'm just doing round circles in different sizes. It's got a little bit thick here, so I can clean it up. It's hard to clean my pen oil because it is very oily. It's not like my painting medium. It's heavy. But it goes on very smoothly. I like it very much. I probably could have wiped that whole circle off, but I'm afraid to touch the wet grounding here, which hasn't been fired, so that's why I'm taking the time. And as you can see, I'm a perfectionist. I don't want any paint. I think that should do it. And I can always go on here. Hola, Marcia. Hola, Simoni. There. It's a little better. There we go. Moving right along. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of struggle with the angle of this piece. It's so much easier to paint on flat surfaces, but they're not as interesting as these shapes. And then once I'm done with all this, I still have to do a second coat of the wet grounding on the background, and I'll be doing some Roman gold all around everything. So I have my work cut out for me. Thank you, Marcia. I'm glad you like it. I took inspiration from something I saw somewhere and did my own design because I love the colors, the contrast of color. So I'm inventing as we go, so we'll see how it turns out. Straight from my head to the plate. For those of you who haven't seen the other videos I have about these cute little serving dishes, I'll just share with you. Omar actually found these for me at Home Goods or TJ Maxx, one of those stores. And they're very nice quality porcelain. They come with their little handle, and they fire very nicely. And what's even better is that they're very affordable. Something like this is only like $9.99. And it's not ceramic, it's porcelain. I don't paint on ceramic, it just doesn't work for me. So I bought a couple of them, and I've been trying different designs on each one. And my challenge to myself is that each design has to be my own. I can't put anything that I'm copying from anything. From a pattern, from... No. All has to be all me. So that my brain works and has to actually think a little bit to where I want to place things and if it looks pleasing. And you should have seen me trying to figure out what to do with this space because it was kind of strange. So I decided to put these little kind of like paisleys or whatever. And I like that color, that pale yellow. It's I think this one is Trenton Ivory. And it just kind of looks good with a combination of colors. I'm having fun. I'm liking it so far. We'll see how it fires. For those of you who like doing Centangle, this is very relaxing. You don't really have to think. You just kind of fill the spaces with the little round circles. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. No, you fill the spaces with the little square circles. Little circles around. I haven't had enough coffee today. I'll confess that yesterday I was too lazy to mix pen oil. And so I did the center of this with turp. And wouldn't you know that it kept drying on me and I kept struggling. So I stayed up until 4 o'clock in the morning just to do this. And both Omar and my mom think that I am insane, and they said they're going to cut me off coffee. So this morning I said, look, having the proper tools and proper products makes life easier. So I mixed the oil, and now I can do it in a third of the time, and I could have slept the full night had I not been lazy. So that was a learning moment for me. Don't do what I do. I was very tempted. I have these gold, this is like liquid bright, and this is where I got the idea of doing the little circle pen work. And I thought, well, I could put these little decals. I got these from, I think, Tatiana d'Alest, Claire de Lune in Switzerland. And they're very handy to fill in spaces. I thought I could put them over the pink because the white is just the backing of the sticker. So it would have come out gold. And it would have looked nice, or I could have put it inside this, this yellow here, the little yellow parts. But called me old school, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I have to paint them on myself. So instead of doing gold, because that would have made me lose my mind, I decided to do a darker tone of ruby over the pink and kind of follow the pattern, but I wanted it all to be hand painted and no decals. And don't get me wrong, those decals are fantastic for little things like little boxes, or to make one leaf in a flower if you want to make it more modern looking. But not for this. This one I wanted it to be 100% blood, sweat, and tears of my own. I also, because I kind of designed as I went, everything on here has been free-handed. I learned to paint on porcelain here in the US, and so I learned to paint just freehand. I wasn't taught how to trace, and I really struggle. I admire those who are good tracers because people don't give it credit enough. It's a very handy tool to be able to trace nicely, especially for certain projects. So I just wasn't fortunate enough to learn that way. And I still am working on it, because for certain things you do want to be able to trace. But since I didn't know what I wanted to put on here, even if I knew how to trace, because I've been creating as I go, it wouldn't have worked. But all I say is, whatever is the easiest for you, go for it. The one thing I do trace, and I'm not good at, is when I do portraits. You have to be Michelangelo if you want to freehand a portrait. So this is what I'm going to be doing for a while, and I don't want to bore everyone, so I think I will end the live video. And I was telling those who joined us yesterday that once I finish it completely, I will load a video of the entire process from beginning to end, so you can see it evolve. See, this is going a lot faster than what I was doing last night. And that'll also teach me, you don't work when you're tired. I should know better by now. But I just wanted to see it finished. I was very excited. And for those of you who had been watching the progress of the little vase with the paste work that we did down here, this is one coat of gold. This was also freehand, my own design. Wait, let's see, there. I don't know if you can see it very well. So this is the paste that we had put on here over the dark blue luster. Remember, I had dark blue luster underneath, and then I did the paste, and then I did some burnishing gold. So I want to do another coat, because burnishing gold sometimes has little parts that are see-through if you don't put them on heavy enough. And because I put it over luster, sometimes luster is more slick. So I'm going to do a second coat so it looks more rich. And that will be the end step for that piece. The flower and the bee are photographs, separate photographs. One was the flower and one was the bee, taken by our friend Jessie Mann, who takes those awesome photographs. I love everything she photographs, but especially the insects, because she gets all the details. And so it's easier to paint them just by looking at them. Like I said, on that one, everything is free-handed, but I had the photos in front of me to help me with the shapes and the colors. So I hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday, doing what they love best. These little corners are tricky here. And I am going to finish this and hopefully show you something else when we do like the gold, or as we add more detail to this piece, because it's going to take me a long time. I would have preferred not to have to do a second wet grounding on the background, because I like the tone of it just the way it is. I don't really want it darker. But this particular paint, which I absolutely love, is a little bit translucent. And I want it to be really solid, because I know once I fire it, I'm going to have little areas that are lighter. But I don't want to muck around with it, because I will ruin it. It's already dry since yesterday. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you coming on and keeping up with what I'm doing and supporting this page. Once we finish the live video, I will load it on the page so that anyone who joined late can see it from the beginning if you wish. And have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you next time. Bye.